All right, August, let's see, 16th, Friday. And I'm back on the trail. This is where I got off yesterday. Hiking up there. It's all fog covered this morning. And I had a nice day at the Williamstown Inn with Rocky, and his staff did a good job. And let's see, I'm not sure. I'm either going to go 7 or 14 miles. It's two different shelters. I'll see how I feel, how hard the uphill is, because the first, two, it's all uphill to the first shelter, 7 miles. But we'll see how that goes. If I feel good, I'll continue. If not, I'll stop right there. Literally, I'm 2/10 of a mile into the trek. This is just an interesting way the trail comes up this little concrete walkway and then over this bridge, over a river, big river. It's like the thing to do here is put your handprint on the bridge. Okay, well, should be a pretty day weather-wise. So we'll see how it goes. All right. I think that's Greylock mountain that came down yesterday. Or it could be to the left of that one, not sure, but it's a pretty picture. I'm on the AT again, only 4/10 of a mile in. I cross the street right here and start up that path, and up is the way it's going to work. Just want to get that view. All right, well, this is the trail. It's hard to follow on rocks. We just get up to the top, I guess, however you can. All right, trying to get steady so I can turn it off. I'm not sure what this climb is called. I just came up with Scarlet and Rhett. He's on his way. But that was a hard climb. You can't see. It was all rock scramble for a good 100 yards, 50 yards. Mind if I include you in the... Yep. All right, say hi. Hi. I, believe it or not, I met this couple in 2001. They started the day after me on the trail, and see if I had this right. They were known as Gone with the Wind because their tent blew away in the third day, fourth day? Third day on the trail. Yeah. So they're Rhett and Scarlet. There's Rhett coming up down there. Those rocks, that was hard. I see they have a bad weather trail, which I saw coming up. I didn't know why, but now I do. Any kind of snow or ice, you can forget that trail. So I guess that's the way around. I may have taken it if I had known. That was a little bit longer. Okay. Scarlet's waiting for Rhett, and I'm gonna try to go to the shelter pass where they're stopping. So I'm heading a little bit more of the rocks going down, but not nearly as much. There's the trail. Just gotta be cautious going down this stuff. It's cool how that tree grew around that rock. I'm pretty confident that rock was there before the tree. One of the many little things that are interesting to spot while you're hiking AT for sure. All right, just came up that way. There goes my trekking pole. And here's the border to Vermont. And this is appropriate. It's also nicknamed Vermud, which especially if you go on the long trail, which that sign is for, it's a trail that was established before the Appalachian Trail was the inspiration for it. 273 miles, it says, straight north from here to Canada. And the first 100 miles are part of the Appalachian Trail uses, then it cuts off to Maine, over to Maine or New Hampshire. So anyway, I am in Vermont. Yay! Even though it would mean more as a thru hiker, knowing I only had this my third to last state, but still. Oh, Okay, that's the difference. Condon shelter, 10 miles. Okay. I've been 4.1, but I've had like 1,600 feet in elevation gain, and 1,500 of that was in the first two and a half miles. It made me feel good, because when I saw that in my watch, I felt pretty good. I didn't think I'd gone near that much in height. So I'd say I'm getting my trail legs, but it's still, I'm going to plan to see how I feel, but leave the trail in Bennington. Got some other things I want to do. But this is, so far, it looks very much like Massachusetts. All right, 5 3/4 miles in for the day. Oh, sure, I'll go this way. I guess it does. Kind of got my second wind, which is good. Been more level with little ups and little downs for the last couple of miles, which is nice. I think I have one more big up today. Of course, depending on how far I go. Anyway, so that was a nice view of that boulder. Definitely a lot of interesting rock formations. How the glacier is receding 25,000 years ago left these boulders sitting on top of one another. There's a giant one there. It's very, very interesting. Kind of a cool section of steps. These stones that have been placed in the middle of this sometimes creek. Just follow it around. Just got to make sure not to slip on the damn things because they're wet on top. Half a mile ago, I was thinking how wonderful it would be to have a cold soda. This came through these power lines. You can see some opening down there. Starting, continuing up in the trail, I see these two cans sitting down here. One's a cola, which you can tell is open. I've already started it, but I put it back for effect. And a Yahoo. So I don't know who left it and where it came from, but it's cold. So I'm drinking it. It's delicious. I just did showing that I found the soda on the trail. Well, I found the source of the soda, the bacon wrap. Not only that, he has fixed me a hot dog. So this is awesome. And bacon wrap.
At the Out of the Way Cafe.
Where's Out of the Way Cafe?
Cooler.
Out of the Way Cafe.
Restaurant has his leapfrog cafe.
Yeah.
Remote trail.
Alrighty. Might hear the voices in the background. See that road? I just stopped for 20 minutes. Some trail magic. Had a drink of soda that you saw in the can, but also had a hot dog fixed for me. My bacon wrap. He travels all over within about a 2-hour radius. If you're doing trail magic, he calls it the Out of the Way Cafe. So it's very appreciative. He has snacks, drinks, food, hamburgers. Felt good. Hot dog with some energy I needed, because I have decided I'm going on to Bennington, which is another 11.2 miles. And I've been 7.2. But I'm feeling pretty good. I'm actually starting up, you know, I have 2 climbs left, this one and another one, but both of them are short and only 200-300 feet. So they don't have a lot of downhill, but kind of a gentle downhill. Anyway, that was a nice break, welcome break, and heading on down trail. All right, 9 miles in, and this is about 9 miles to go. Long day, but I'm going to go all the way into Bennington. But I've had 3,200 feet in elevation gain in the first 9 miles with a lot of that condensed hard. I have a lot of downhill for the next 9 miles. But pretty views from this power line right away. Onward. All right, 9 3/4 miles in. This is called Beaver Pond. I think I'll get a better view, but I'm not sure. But been going down here for a while. Pain in the ass downhill, but still easier than the uphill. Just more sore. Oh yeah, it did open up. Here's some old bullfrogs out there. And then it starts back up again. Could be going up that hill right there in front of me. And then I think it's primarily downhill from there, ups and downs, but much more down than up. It's a pretty crossing. It's nice flowing water, though I'm not sure I would take it because it's right above, just the other side of that ridge is the Beaver Pond that was pointing at. This water straight from there. But it's pretty and it sounds good. There's the trail. It collects down here in another pool. This has been typical of the trail for a while. Just rocks and boulders and mud and roots. You just do your best job to pick your way around it and try not to get your foot sunk in the mud. All right, 12 miles in, a few more miles to go. Just really showing what the trail's like right now. There has been a fair amount of mud and rocks and creeks. But just many parts of the trail are overgrown. I call them launching pads for ticks. So I try to use my trekking poles to hold out in front of me to push the bush leaves aside. So anyway, just heading downhill right now, which is good. I got, I think, one short uphill, and that's gonna be about it as far as what's left. But it's been a good, I've already gained 3,700 feet today. That's surprising. If I had known it was that much, I probably wouldn't have attempted what I'm doing. But I'm feeling good that I'll make it. My legs aren't as tired and wobbly as I thought they might be. No, I'm tired, that's for sure. I think the most common way of falling on the AT is getting branches tangled up in your feet and poles. And some combination like that. It could be going up and down hills, or, you know, there's always tripping and rocks. Those would really hurt. But anyway, I just had a close call. Got a branch caught between my 2 feet that I didn't see, but fortunately, and I was in my mind, okay, I'm going down, and I was looking. Fortunately, I would have been in the mud, so hopefully there weren't any submerged rocks, but the branch broke, so it was a weak branch, thank goodness. So anyway, I've done a really good job of watching where I'm walking. That's why I walked into that damn log a few days ago and just now tripped on a rock that was sticking up because I wasn't looking down. It came across a little squirrel or something just ran across my path in front of me. Anyway, I think I'm doing a better job. I was talking to a guy today at the Trail Magic. Not Paulie. I'll think of it. But he had a trip yesterday where he fell on rocks and really cut his arm up pretty bad. And he's off the trail today. He's driving a car for some friends that are slack packing. Anyway, Percy, that's his name, for Perseverance. And Percy, on the hiking shoes, I don't wear the boots, but on the hiking shoes, there's a little flap that folds up, protects the toes, and it leaves just a millimeter of material thickness when it folds back. And but I've had branches and edge of rocks or something catch on that before, and it happened to him. That's what tripped him. So it can, just the smallest of distances or measures can cause a disaster to your hike. So you always have to be vigilant and aware and at least present as much as possible. Another beautiful pond up here high in the mountain somewhere. I'm at mile 12.8, so probably less than 6 miles to go. This is pretty. Still along the trail, mile 13.9, and this reminded me of, Mike, you helped me remember someplace that we camped in Colorado where we were up high above a river we could hear below. But it was further down than this one. So this made me think about it. So I'll ask you what that was or where that was. Okay, I'm about 4, maybe 3.8 or 9 miles from the highway. And about 1.5 miles, I call the hotel because there's no cell signal. further down the road, calling from the top of Harmon Hill. Anyway, I went past the shelter. The two people that had hiked past me since the Trail Magic had stopped at that shelter. Then I wasn't more than a quarter mile from there heading out, and I feel sorry for them. A group of probably 20 high schoolers with one counselor come walking by, and every one of the kids asked me, how far is it to the shelter? They've been going since the roads to 4 miles and they're dying. But I don't know where there's room for them. I don't think so. I know there's not inside the shelter. And there's maybe 5 or 6 tent pads. So anyway, that's their problem, I guess. Hopefully it works out well. Glad I'm heading into town. That was hard. Holy moly. The last mile to 8/10 was all stones and stepping. You can tell this end of the day, lighting was getting bad. I didn't want to bother to get my headlamp out. Almost had to. Holy cow. I am so happy to be at the bottom of that. Oh, that was hard. That was a great way to end my section hike, I tell you. Now I can look back on it. Whew. All right, it's actually Saturday, August 17th, but this is where I'm staying in Bennington, the Catamount Hotel. It's a good old motel that's been cleaned up, and it's awesome. I'm in room 6, I think, right in front of that car that's parked there. And the guy that picked me up the trail yesterday lives in that first. And this is the saving grace next door. As soon as I got here last night, I was so exhausted. I got a Gatorade and a beer and brought it back to the room and skipped dinner. I was just too tired to eat. Anyway, it's been a nice day here. Highly recommend for hikers.